Waiting is one of the hardest things a human being will ever do. Waiting when you've prayed, waiting when you've believed, waiting when you've done everything right, waiting when others are moving forward and you feel stuck. Waiting can make you question yourself. Waiting can make you question people. And if we're honest, waiting can even make you question God. You ask yourself, did I miss it? Did I do something wrong? Is God punishing me? Why is nothing happening? But today, I want to shift your understanding. Waiting is not punishment. Waiting is preparation. And once you understand this truth, the waiting season will no longer break you. It will build you. Why waiting feels like punishment? Let's be real. Waiting feels like punishment. When you're waiting for a job, waiting for marriage, waiting for healing, waiting for financial breakthrough, waiting for answers. Silence feels cruel, especially when you see others receiving what you've been praying for. You begin to compare. You begin to assume God has favorites. You begin to think delay means denial. But delay is not denial, and silence is not rejection. God does not punish his children with waiting. God prepares his children through waiting. God's timing versus human timing. We live in a generation that hates waiting. Fast food, fast internet, instant messages, instant answers. But God does not operate on human urgency. God operates on divine timing. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven." Not every blessing belongs to every season. If God gives you something before you're ready, it will destroy you instead of bless you. So sometimes God says, "Not yet," not because he doesn't love you, but because he loves you too much to rush you. Waiting builds what success reveals. Many people want the blessing. Few people want the process. But here's the truth. What you don't develop in private, you won't sustain in public. Waiting builds patience, discipline, humility, faith, emotional strength. Success only reveals what preparation built. If God answered every prayer instantly, you'd never grow. You'd never mature. You'd never learn to trust him. Waiting stretches your faith until it can carry the weight of what's coming. The seed principle. Think about a seed. When you plant a seed, nothing happens immediately. No sound, no movement, no evidence. But underground, something powerful is happening. Roots are forming. Strength is developing. Stability is being built. If the seed came out of the ground too early, it would die. The same applies to you. If God brings you out before you're rooted, you won't survive the storm. Your waiting season is your root-building season. Joseph, the masterclass of waiting. Joseph had a dream from God, but between the dream and the fulfillment there was betrayal, slavery, false accusation, prison silence. Years passed. From the outside, it looked like God forgot Joseph. But God was not silent. God was strategic. Every delay shaped Joseph's leadership. Every hardship prepared him for authority. Every waiting season trained him for responsibility. When the time came, Joseph didn't just receive the blessing. He was ready for it. Why God hides you before he lifts you. Before God elevates you, he often isolates you. Before he announces you, he trains you. Before he promotes you, he processes you. Waiting is where pride dies, character forms, dependency on God grows. If God skips the waiting stage, he skips the strengthening stage. And weak foundations collapse under pressure. Waiting reveals who you trust. Waiting exposes where your faith really is. When everything is working, faith is easy. When doors are opening, trust feels natural. But when nothing is happening, when prayers feel unanswered, when progress feels invisible, that's when faith becomes real. Waiting asks the question, will you trust God even when you don't understand him? What to do while you're waiting. Waiting does not mean doing nothing. Here's how to wait well. 1. Stay faithful. Don't stop praying. Don't stop obeying. Don't stop believing. 2. Prepare actively. Develop skills. Grow spiritually. Work on your character. 3. Guard your heart. Avoid bitterness. Avoid comparison. Avoid rushing God. Waiting is not passive. It's purposeful. Signs you're waiting. Season is working. Sometimes waiting feels pointless, but here are signs. God is working. Your reactions are changing. Your patience is increasing. Your priorities are shifting. Your dependence on God is deeper. Growth is happening, even if circumstances haven't changed yet. Your waiting is not wasted. Hear this clearly. God does not waste seasons. God does not waste pain. God does not waste waiting. Everything is adding up. One day, you'll look back and realize the delay protected you. The silence strengthened you. The waiting prepared you. What you're becoming matters more than what you're receiving. If you are waiting right now, don't quit. Don't rush. Don't lose hope. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. And when the time comes, you won't just receive the blessing. You'll be strong enough to keep it. If this message spoke to you, like the video, share it with someone who's waiting. Subscribe for more faith-building content. Remember this truth and carry it with you. Waiting isn't punishment. Waiting is preparation.
Waiting is heavy. Waiting can feel like rejection. Waiting can feel like delay. Waiting can feel like punishment. But the Bible tells us something different. Open book Isaiah 55, 8-9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. What feels like God ignoring you may actually be God aligning things for you. Sometimes heaven is quiet because God is working behind the scenes. Waiting is not new. Every major figure in the Bible waited. Abraham waited for Isaac. Moses waited 40 years before leadership. David waited years to become king. Jesus waited 30 years before ministry. Open book Hebrews 6:15. And so after waiting patiently, Abraham received what was promised. God did not rush them. And God will not rush you. Because what God promises, He prepares you for. Many prayers fail not because God can't answer them, but because the person asking isn't ready yet. Open book James 1, 2-4. Count it all joy when you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be